The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. It's 6:05. It is 64 degrees. And it's Brian and Kenzie here on Q101 with a lot for you today in about an hour. Clash with Kenzie at 7:10. And you'll get a chance to go to Neon Trees at the House of Blues. Plus, Portugal the Man checking in today. Yeah. We'll have Portugal the Man on the show at about 8:20. So make sure you're here with us. And
As long as he's on time.
Damn straight. We don't listen. We're prompt. We're prompt. Everybody else should be prompt. And then if you're not, you just don't get on. That's it.
I know.
That's
how I feel.
not true.
I would show up late. If that was the case, I didn't make it in time. I have to go home.
I mean, Chevelle was here last week, and their bus died, and they were about an hour late. So we're pretty easy. We sound like we want to be tough, but then yeah, come on in, please. It's fine. But a pretty good month and a half. Billy Corrigan, Shinedown, Everclear, Chevelle, and then Portugal the Man. Today we're kind of killing it.
Been
killing it. Bringing you the A-level stars that you cherish.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, maybe not, but either way, we love
Well,
them.
you probably cherish at least one of them.
I think one of them in there you probably cherish.
We try like a wide blanket, wide net.
Yep. Yeah, we're working on that. A lot more coming up, of course, the rest of the year. And we're just going forward for infinity. So if there's anybody you'd want to hear on the show, you can always let us know. We'll try to work on them. Case, the producer, does an amazing job while going to law school, while going to animation school. He still manages to get guests on the show. He's A-level quality guests. Case, is he over there, Case? What are you working on right now?
I'm working on a lot, Brian. What do you need?
Well, what do you got? What are you working on? I'm just curious.
Well, I got the bar exam coming up soon. That's tough.
Case, so I stopped.
Case gets such anxiety just coming here. Could you imagine him as a lawyer?
No.
When like somebody who could go to jail for murder or not, he'd be a disaster.
You should have seen yesterday, Kenzie. I give him a ride home.
Yes.
And he said, stop at Walgreens. I have Riot Fest, cold because of all those days out there. I got to get some cold medicine. Now, we just talked about this last week about how the over-the-counter Sudafed, the medicine in there is not as powerful as the stuff behind the counter. So I said, get that stuff. He goes, I'm just going to go in there and get whatever I can. I'm just going to clear out, get some Dayquil. I go, we just talked about that the Dayquil outside, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's what the FDA was saying.
Yeah.
But no, he says, I'm just going to get that because it's worked in the past, and I'm going to get that.
I just want to share real quick to make Brian sound dumb for a second. So He dropped me off at the Walgreens at Sheridan and Irving Park, and there's a big parking lot in that Walgreens. Even though it's in the city, there's plenty of room to park. And we're pulling up to it, and I go, all right, Brian, just drop me off here. And he pulls over on the other side of the road across from the parking lot and goes, what, should I just drop you off, like, right here? I'm like, no, turn left, turn into the parking lot.
Now, listen, this is the city of Chicago. When you drop people off, you can stop on the side, and you can just scurry across the road. I had to go around, and I hit another light because of that. It delayed me getting home about 6-7 minutes.
Kenzie, he looked so dumb pulling up parallel to a parking lot. All he had to do was take a left, and he would have been right there.
It's
Brian.
It's not true. Would you have dropped him off in the door's right there? I stop on the side of the road. It's 20 feet, and he's a young man. He can't run across the street and do that?
Were you going to wait for him to come back out, or you were going to drop him off and leave?
Oh, I left. No, he told me to leave.
No,
out.
I would have liked to ride home. It was pouring down rain, but Brian had to get
Why
home.
would you leave?
I said-
at Walgreens.
Do I have to be sold on this, or I have to sell you on the idea of me completing the trip? Because
I can't believe you didn't make him jump out while you were driving. What is wrong with you?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and coming up next Friday, Måneskin at the Allstate Arena. And Kenzie drives by this every day. Does the billboard still say Rush on it that confused you, thinking that Rush was getting back together? That there's a little board over there?
I thought it was big news.
Yeah, she broke it here.
I know. I came in one day and I'm like, you guys are never going to believe this.
She wanted to break news to Case, the producer, and I. And it turns out, of course, just the album's name is Rush. But she was driving by quickly. And, that digital board, you don't want to be distracted.
It just said Rush on it.
It didn't say Måneskin anywhere on it.
No. I mean, maybe in small print. I don't know.
a weird font.
Yeah, it's not fair. I'm sorry. If I drove past something that said Metallica, I wouldn't assume, well, maybe it's the name of somebody else's album. I would have just thought,
I'm actually saying they probably did a poor job of marketing on that billboard.
Or it was smart, like, to help sell tickets.
Well, I'm sure some people will go there and expect to hear Tom Sawyer and not hear it. They will hear this song, though, next Friday at the Allstate Arena with Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, it's time for a fact that makes your brain just go. And this relates to the new iPhone update that came out this week. Monday, I believe it dropped on your phone, but you have to manually install it, or sometimes you have it on auto install. So maybe it's already there on your phone. So before you text anybody, I told you, do not text anybody until you get this information here from Brian and Kenzie on Q101. The Apple latest update on your iPhone has a new feature called Sensitive Content Warning, meaning if you activate that with the toggle, anybody that sends you a nude pic, when you open it up, it will be blurred. It automatically blurs D-pics, nude pics, whatever.
I think this is great because then when somebody does something weird and tries to airdrop you a nude or something when you're at a bar,
right?
You don't have to be blinded by it. And then, let me finish.
No,
I see you about to talk. So let me just go ahead and finish the sentence.
Yeah, go ahead.
I guarantee you can click on the picture and unblur it.
Yeah, there's a feature to do that.
Yeah, so it's not like you're doomed and can never see your wife's boobs again.
If you want to see it. Yes, you have to click a button if you want to see it. So you are able to do that. It doesn't permanently blur it re-edit the photo, but you can do this. Now, this might be a naive question. As someone that's been in a relationship now coming up on 6 years, married 2.5 years, is in dating, and you've been in a relationship for a long time too, but I'm just saying, is it still a thing to send a D-pic or a nude when you're dating in this situation?
I think so. I think if you don't get to see each other every day and you send a little hey,
so you send
miss you.
Sending a hey.
A little something.
I'm just wondering because it feels, when I hear D-pic or nudes, it just feels old, doesn't it? Doesn't feel like so 10 years ago at this point. And I'm not saying it's got to still exist. Are you sending nudes this morning, crew members? I'm asking you.
No, I don't want that. We don't have that update on our computer.
No, we don't want to see anything. I'm just saying, is it still part of the relationship?
I think a lot of people, you don't get or send a spicy pic even in your married relationship sometimes.
How could I send, what pic could I send to be spicy?
I said or get.
Oh, get. Yes, I could get one.
Do you still? When's the last time Megan sent you something spicy?
It's been a while. And
really?
She used to, when we started dating, she'd send me gym pics. She'd be at the gym in the morning at 5 in the morning and send me pictures in her workout outfit. Not very classy and nice looking, but it turned me on, I got to say.
Yeah.
I'd wake up and have that picture waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then once she hooked me or whatever, those stopped. I miss those pictures. They were nice pictures.
See, you don't really, I'm surprised you guys don't still send. Okay, when she was out of town for a week.
Yep.
You didn't get any spicy pictures?
She sent me very cute pictures with Harper. I guess having the baby now just pollutes all that. I don't mean pollute in a bad way. It was nice to see him.
I think whenever my husband and I definitely don't send as much as I used to in my marriage, because we used to only see each other a few days a week. When you're dating, right? Because you live in separate places, so you send them. We're seeing each other every day. You just sort of you just interact more.
And I've already seen you naked, so I can picture you naked right now in my head.
You walked in on me changing and sent you a picture. I don't know how you saw it. But I think that whenever my husband and I, if we don't see each other for a few days, because I went to go see my family or did this or something, then I would.
Still do that kind of thing, a little nude?
If we're not, a spicy picture is what I call it. It's
spicy.
Like a little something. So it may not be, whatever, all, something crazy. But
yeah, Megan will send me.
Just, look, like you said, Megan was, at the gym, something good. When I was at my parents' house, and I was getting ready, we were going swimming, and I took a picture of me, in my swimsuit and sent it to him.
Yes.
Oh, miss you.
Okay, if we're talking spicy, and that's spicy
content.
That's the variable of spicy, then yes, Megan still sends me spicy pictures.
That's good.
I'll send her after I get, a nice haircut. I'll send her that picture.
I know you're doing that stupid lip thing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why you do that.
I invented it. I invented the duck
you do
lips.
that ducky lip thing every time you take a picture.
It's an insecurity, I think that's it.
You should be insecure about it. It doesn't look good. You should start smiling.
I'm just curious if people are still doing that now, because it feels old, but I know it's not old, sending some kind of nude to keep your relationship spicy. Or I feel bad for women that get unwanted pictures.
What's what I mean? That's what's good about this. And it also is going to lead to new questions. Say say a guy's excuse, and a girl could do this too, but for argument's sake, because I've dated men in my life, that's the example I'm going to use. If, you know how they're like, oh, she's all on me, I'm not interested. It would be like, well, did you unblur the picture? Did you unblur it?
Uh-huh.
Because that'd be my question.
Yes.
Is it unblurred?
It's a new level.
Yeah. Where you like, I didn't know. I thought it was us. I thought it was a selfie.
You're trying to tell me.
didn't.
You're trying to tell me that I sent my D and you didn't unblur it.
Exactly.
That's demeaning.
Yeah.
That is terrible. That might be the worst diss ever.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine texting back and be like, I'm not going to unblur this crap. I hate you.
Block my number.
Yeah.
I'm not unblurring this disgusting thing.
You'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's a new feature on the phone. Find the toggle if you don't want it. And as long as you can unblur it, I don't know why you wouldn't leave this on. Because that way, the sensitive content warning on your iPhone.
So slightly adjacent to the topic.
Okay.
And like what stresses me out is my husband's a big fan of screen sharing, like his phone to the Apple TV. So if we want to watch a video or something.
Oh boy, I think I know where this is going.
All the time. He saves any cute picture of me in a swimsuit or whatever that I send him, he saves all of them, okay?
Sure.
He actually has a Kenzie folder on his phone, which is really cute.
Good for him. I do too.
No, you don't. You do not. It's not a shared album for sure. Anywho, and it drives me nuts because it's still in your camera roll, and he'll be like, "Oh, let's show all the family all of our wedding pictures." He's just scrolling. I'm like, "Look down. You're one picture away from your mom seeing me like turned around in the mirror in a thong swimsuit. Like, stop it!
Don't swipe.
I'm like, please stop sharing things to the TV.
Swipe back.
I hate that and the anxiety of. I'm like, okay, I'm never gonna be able to recover from this.
Well, there you go. Hit the sensitive content warning toggle on the new iPhone update, iOS 17, if you don't want to see those things out there. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Is it possible to have a celebratory drink that's non-alcoholic? That's a question we're asking this morning. Think about that for a second.
Because I need this help.
I mean, you can't celebrate with a Sprite, can you?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're just talking about the new iPhone. If you hit this toggle, the sensitive content warning, it'll blur any nudes coming into your phone. Had a discussion a little bit.
This is great. I mean, think about even when your kids play on your phone and you're like,
Yes.
oh, no, but that. At least it's not an automatic, you know, it's a nice little buffer zone.
One more step to see.
That's wonderful. I like the locked albums and stuff too. I think that's great.
Yeah, I've never used those safety features, but maybe it's time. I don't know. Harper's 10 months old. She does start to already go to the phone now. She already starts to swipe.
Saying.
I mean, I don't know what she's doing when she's seeing them there. But
Megan's
whatever.
busting it wide open. You can't just have that out there.
I like the listeners recommending that I send Megan, my wife, my first ever nude, so she wakes up this morning in about a half hour and sees
I like
that.
that you have to go to the work bathroom to do it. Could you imagine somebody just walks in, uses the urinal, and you're completely naked taking a picture?
Yeah, no, this is content. It's content. Leave me alone.
I'm doing it for work.
Yeah, this is a work thing. Also, I think this sums it up pretty clearly. Enrique texted in and said, nudes are timeless. Up in Wrigley, Enrique says that. Yeah, I was asking the question if people still do it. I guess they do. And it just doesn't seem like it's buzzworthy anymore. It used to be a big deal when a D-pic or someone said, sending nudes, send nudes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. But let's get to something else that happened to Kenzie last night. Really, not to nudes. A bad transition there, I think. Kenzie got nominated for an Emmy.
Yay!
Now, explain what an Emmy is.
It's a television award.
Yeah,
so
you're on radio here now, but you also do TV.
Yeah, so we obviously work for Marquee Sports Network, and because we have our TV show on there, me and my husband Roman.
Which is the Cubs Network, and you have
the
a
Cubs
game.
Network.
And the show's called
The MVP Game,
Yeah.
which you've never watched.
It's a great game show. It is
You've never seen
amazing.
it.
It's incredible. It's compelling. It's thrilling. Keeps me on the edge of my seat.
Unfortunately, we did not get nominated for that show. We got nominated for our partnership with ABC, so we do a lot for ABC. So what people don't realize is you think it's like you kind of, from like a bird's eye perspective, it would be that you get nominated, right?
Yep.
And then you could win.
Right.
But there's really a whole step before that. I kept saying all night, it's an honor to almost be nominated and then not be, because we were potentially nominated for 7. So
7 awards. Wow.
But we only got nominated for 1 for the chance to win, and it was our partnership with ABC, which is awesome, for the New Year's Eve special.
Yeah.
Which my husband and I do every year, me and Roman, are part of that. Countdown Chicago. Actually won an Emmy last year for it. That was my first Emmy, and nominated again this year. So I'm really, really excited about that.
That's amazing. That's with Cheryl Scott. And they do the whole big thing. And
the
it's
dance numbers. It's Ryan Cheverini, Val Warner, Cheryl Scott, Terrell Brown, Jose Sanders, and then me, Roman. Amazing producer Justina, really cool show. So a lot goes into that.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. No, it's
exciting.
really exciting. It's
Awards
fun.
are nice.
Awards are nice. But what people don't realize is how difficult it is we spent over a month meeting qualifications, and our show could have been up for nomination in several more categories, except it didn't tick one of the 15 boxes it already ticked. It's very, very difficult. So we had made it into being allowed to be nominated for 7 things. And I was like, okay, this is a big deal because a lot of people submit and you get denied and all that. So it's like, okay, it's almost like a mini nomination just to have all the stuff go through.
Yeah.
And then you have to get nominated and then you have to win. So we were like, woo.
We got nominated. One, that's good.
We didn't walk away empty-handed, which is exciting. And like I said, we won last year. So I'm really excited that it didn't go downhill. It would be hard to win for that last year and then not even make it into nominations this year. Would be like, we need to work on the program.
Hey, who knows? People making decisions. They might have a bad day and they choose somebody else. You never know. That's just how it works.
It's crazy.
Listen, I won Most Improved Player, the Wildcats, in high school for basketball my junior year.
It's amazing.
And, it was one of those awards that really stood with me for a minute.
So I had a question.
Yeah.
It was most improved.
Most
not
improved.
Best on team.
No, not best on team, which goes further in this to explain that when I got home, my dad yelled at me the whole night and threw away the award because he said it's a layup award. That's a cop-out, giving you just to keep you happy till next year.
He threw it away?
He threw it away.
My
dad threw the award away. Come on, Case, you can understand that one. Most improved player is embarrassing. There's no stipulation. There's no algorithms for it.
You could still be the worst player on the team, but you just improved the most because everyone else was good.
I had 2 more free throws. I was excited as a 16-year-old kid, and my dad let me know, who was an elite athlete, said this is a BS award.
Well, if he had your body, he would have been All-American.
My dad said that to me once. My dad played football at Ohio State, was an elite athlete, but he wasn't.
Oh my God, what happened to you?
I know. And he wasn't big like me. Like, I'm 6'4", and one day when I really had a bad game in the car home, he yelled, if I had your body in high school, I would have been All-American.
Yeah.
It didn't feel good. But it also got me straight, and I had a better game next time. So
you won Most Improved.
I won Most Improved that year after that.
It was after that game. I'm going to try harder.
I should suck less. You're right, Dad.
Yeah, thanks, Dad. I'm going to go play with my Legos and look up in the sky for UFOs and my telescope, which I would do.
No, why weight train or work out more? Go look at telescopes.
God, what a disappointment I was to my dad athletically.
Just athletically?
Yeah, everything else was probably decent.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't stay living at home. I got out of the house. I earned a living.
No
This is a
Emmy
pretty bare
nominations.
minimum. I was blinking and breathing. It's like, okay, way to go. Way to get out of the house and have a job.
Yeah. So your Emmy and my award are kind of similar, but that's great. Congratulations.
Same to you, Brian.
But here's the thing. Kenzie wanted to celebrate last night with a drink, but she's pregnant. And it brings up the weird question. I thought about this when you brought this up. Is that you can't celebrate without alcohol. It's impossible.
Okay, I was trying to figure it out last night, and I asked the bartender if she knew how to make a good mocktail, like if she had anything, and she made me a Shirley Temple.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, I don't know if that falls under mocktail.
That does not. A mocktail.
I might hold the cherries, please.
Yeah, that'd be a delicious drink without the alcohol.
And sidebar, she still took my drink ticket, which I'm like, I really can't have this for free. Like, I have to burn. Everyone's getting custom cocktails over here. I gotta burn. If I want a refill, I have to pay for it. So my Shirley Temple, like, okay, whatever. So I'm nominated, damn it. I want another Shirley Temple.
Well, I mean, I get there's people out there that listen, don't drink anymore. God bless. That's great. But what do you celebrate with? What if someone says celebrate? What do you pour and celebrate to drink?
I want like a good mocktail. Or I think there's non-alcoholic wines. I think I've heard of that. I don't know if there's a good one or if that just tastes like grape juice. I don't know.
Do you feel like you're lying though if you put one of those up and you cheers the glass with a non-alcoholic wine?
No, it would be nice to have had something with like a little pizzazz.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wanted something.
Something sexy.
It's hard when you're pregnant, and there's other things like. You could be pregnant, not be able to drink. You could be breastfeeding after pregnancy, not be able to drink for a long time, right? Medication, some people can't drink. Recovering like from addiction, so you can't drink. There's all sorts of things, but What are we supposed to have? We want something fun still.
I don't know. I remember there was a time when I was drinking too much, and my liver function got high.
Are you talking about last weekend?
I did drink a lot Friday night
I know.
at Riot Fest. Now
I remember.
I just binge drink the Purple Nurples out there. But I had to stop drinking for 6 months. Doctor said, we need to test your liver here. So I stopped drinking for 6 months. All I drank then was cranberry juice. I would just tell people because people are very, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not
like pushy. Like they want you to have.
Peer pressure to drink. And I would just say, I got a vodka and cran over here. I'm good. But I just had cranberry juice. I lied to everybody because I just didn't want to deal with saying I'm not drinking.
And I've done that before, too, where I would just get like a Diet Coke and put a lime on the corner and be like, oh, like there's
Jack and Coke.
rum in it or something. Yeah. But still, I wanted something fun to drink last night. And I'm like, I know there's good non-alcoholic stuff or mocktails beyond the world of Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple's kind of weird.
Like, Case, you're straight edge, which means you don't ever drink.
That's right.
So do you have like any fun, pizzazzy beverages?
Yeah, well, Kinsey, you're in luck because Halloween's right around the corner, and Mountain Dew just released their Voodoo flavor for this year, which is a mystery flavor that will be revealed after the Halloween season. I just bring one of those with me everywhere I go, and that normally satisfies whatever I need.
Do you honestly think have you seen the size of my purses? You think I'm not going to be able to pop out a Mountain Dew bottle?
Now, wait a minute. So they start serving it before, but they don't tell you what it is until after?
Yeah, so you can go to your local grocer right now, pick up a Mountain Dew Voodoo, and try to guess the mystery flavor, which I think this year it's candy apple. It's delicious. I've had about 7 already.
Do you win any money?
Yeah, could you try to guess online and win
No,
something?
I just do it for pride.
Oh, my God.
I just do it because I love the product.
This is a guy that's been dying for money for like the last 2 years, and he's giving away that he thinks it's candy apple.
Yeah, I think it's great. But that takes the fun out of it for me. It's like college sports. I'm just an amateur here. I just want to play for fun.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Good Lord.
So, Kinsey, what I'm saying is have a Mountain Dew. The only other drink I know is a Shirley Temple.
Okay.
Mountain Dew Voodoo, it's called?
Yeah,
Okay.
VOODEW.
I have to be honest with you, Case. I appreciate you chiming in, but that is not what I was looking for.
Yeah.
It's just a different flavor of soda.
You told me to bring his mic up.
I know it was a mistake.
I don't know who Shirley Temple is, also. I don't know why she has a drink.
Google Shirley Temple and give us 300 words after Kings of Leon.
Yes, sir.
It's Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So, Case, we just talked about a couple things here with congratulations to Kenzie getting nominated for an Emmy for the ABC 7 New Year's Eve festivities, which she'll be doing again, and hopefully me and Case can be a part of it this year. It'd be great.
I'm sorry. It's kind of like me and my husband, Roman.
I understand.
They bring us on.
But we're in your life now. We're all together. We're all married together.
You're like my stepchildren or something. You're like, ew.
Yeah, we can sneak in the back, at least a little pop-in or something like that.
Well, anybody can buy tickets to go to the Emmys.
Can we get free tickets?
Yeah, we want to get comps.
No, not the Emmys, the New Year's Eve. We want free ones.
What do you mean you want to come to New Year's Eve? What does that mean? Like the filming?
Yeah, we should be in the
I'll
background.
tell you what, when I get my location, I don't even know where I'll film. The location changes every year.
A little bit early to get there.
I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
If you let me know, that'd be great.
I'll see.
So, Kenzie celebrated, but with a Shirley Temple because she can't drink because she's pregnant.
I asked for a mocktail, and the bartender made a Shirley Temple. I was expecting some cool, like splash this, shake, lit it on fire. It was not that.
Yeah, in case says, who the hell is Shirley Temple? Tony texted at 815. Tell Chase, he says, tell Chase.
My name's Case, like suitcase.
To shut his whorish mouth. Not knowing who Shirley Temple is. The audacity. Now, tell us who Shirley Temple is during the song. You had time to look her up.
So, according to the internet, Shirley Temple Black was an American actress, singer, dancer, and diplomat who was Hollywood's #1 box office draw as a child actress. Later, she was named a U.S. ambassador to Ghana and Czechoslovakia.
Huh.
This lady sounds incredible.
Yeah, see that? Now you know.
Why does she have a drink named after her, though?
Well, does it say there in the Wikipedia page?
Not in the first line. That's all I read.
We'll go deeper, and we'll find out after sports, maybe. You can come on and find out why she had a drink named after her.
A real topical conversation we're having today.
Also, someone texted, because we were talking about different awards you could win, and said, I got the Hustle Award back in 4th grade basketball camp, also known as the Fat Kid Thanks for Trying Award.
That's 1,000% correct. Gil, how about giving us headlines?
This is not headline news. A new chapter of American Horror Story premieres tonight. Kim Kardashian's a fading Hollywood star with a sordid past. But I don't know what she is on the show. Katy Perry sold her music catalog for $225 million. Finally, she can afford to buy bras that fit. In sports, the XFL and USFL are merging. So now you can not watch them both at the same time. A Buffalo Bills fan was found naked and covered in human excrement in a construction hole near the stadium. Or as it's called in that area, a Buffalo tailgate. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.